Hope you're all doing well. This is the reading for the Divine Masculine. So what is going on in the Divine Masculine's mind? Where is his mind at? What is he doing? I feel, and we all went through the solstice portal, and I feel this very joyful, happy energy coming, returning for the Divine Masculine and Feminine, actually. The energy is turning for the better, I hear. So it could be that you had a lot of social interaction and that you now need the time for yourself, you know, to take a step back, contemplate, and get your energy back on track. Because there were a lot of distorted energies around you. And for instance, with solstice, there was a lot of interference energies I experienced on the tour. That was really interesting. So many people, so many energies. Joyful, by the way. It was all joyful. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, here. Rest and rejuvenate. Divine Masculine. You think about rest and rejuvenate. Maybe there were too many things in a row that was going after each other. You're in this, you know, in this high alignment energy when everything rolls and everything goes through. You know, one day you do this, and the next day you have a flight and you doing this, and then the next day there is another thing to do. And it's all for the good, you know, it's all for the good, but it takes a lot of energy out of you. Maybe you had too much interaction with people, and that you say now, okay, I need to go back in nature, I need to rest, rejuvenate, I need the meditation, I want to do some things that I can, you know, can get back on track what my heart wants and what my body needs. So that is for the Divine Masculine. He's thinking about it. I need rest. I want a time out. I don't want to interact with too many people. You want to have people around you with that same vibration that is joyful, that's happy, that is not a lot of trouble, I hear. Not a lot of trouble. Not a lot of drama. You're done with the people with the drama, and you're not hesitating anymore to tell them that. It's very interesting what this portal is doing, because it's a lot of fire. It's a lot of an old behavior from people. It's that, you know, that is disrespectful. That's burning away. You know, that's burning away. And what is disrespectful? It's what you feel and what you receive as disrespectful. If there is no communication about it, you can't complain about it. So let's say first, you know, you can't complain about it if you don't say anything about it. If people don't treat you the right way. So I see that fire energy really coming up in the heart space. Love and harmony. There's love in your heart space for this union, for this divine feminine, and that love can return into your heart space. It could be that there is this beautiful connection, love connection, but there is no time and space to connect with that, and that's probably what you miss. There is interaction. You also see, oh, that's a beautiful card. You also see that things are changing. Things shifted and changed when you got into interaction with the Divine Feminine. Things go better for you. And it has to do with the confidence that somebody is giving you, that's having your back. Wow. Love begins. Love begins. And that has to do with how do you see the other person? That love begins where, yeah, when the cup overflows, you know. You want to share your cup, you know, with someone, and that overflow from that cup, you're giving it back to Mother Nature. And it's very interesting because the new beginnings is also the balance, you know, the balance between the masculine and the feminine that is returning to you. Let's see how it's... Yeah, you moved on from the past, you moved on from the past, and you're still moving on, and you're still moving through some things. You cut off the snake's head, you know, you cut out of the cords, you cut the cords, you leave the shadow behind, and you stepped into this sunshine energy. You went through that portal. And how beautiful it is that you go through that portal. When you go through that portal, the abundance starts to arrive with your own. It's interesting because it's with your own talents. You create the things that you want to create, but you never had the feeling, can I do it? Or shall I do it? Or maybe it was in the back of your mind, but because of the love and the harmony and the support of the people around you or your Divine Feminine that says, you know, go and do it, you know, don't stop, go for it. And then you say, heck, why not? Why not? And when everything starts to roll and to move, because you went through that portal, you took that leap of faith, now your whole life is different. You know, there is so much light in your life. There's so much joy in your life, and you feel really like the king. You feel really you're on the right place. You are in your king energy. You know, how beautiful is that? There is an accelerated motion for you. There is this accelerated motion for you that is going on, and it keeps going. You know, there is no, not really a block on it. That keeps going. That's accelerated motion. You say, sometimes we have that when you see that a snowball rolling from a hill, you know, let that go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because out of this energy something else gets born, and something else, and another idea gets born, and then you say, oh, then you're connecting the dots, and you say, oh, I can do this, and I can do this with that, and then it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and before you know it, you're on top of everything, and you leave, you know, the grief and the heartache and the shadow, you leave it behind. And that's really amazing what you know, what you're doing. It's really remarkable. Have patience. is the card that is holding you back. Actually, most divine masculine are of action. They want action in their life. They want, otherwise they get boring. And when they go on and on and on and on, keep on going, but you need to be careful. Before you know it, your nervous system gets in a burnout. So in everything you do, take a pause between, have patience so it can build itself, so that little ball can go rolling again, you know, and starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That takes time, that takes effort, it takes energy. So you don't build an empire, you know, in one day. It takes many, many years. And it's up to you. What do you want? The seed is already planted. You know, that seed is giving energy, you know, and that flower that starts to grow, that needs attention. It needs water. It needs nurturing. It needs, how do you call it? Care. It needs care. Because without, you can plant a seed, you know, but if you don't give it water, the chances that it won't grow will be very big. So every time you give it a little bit of an attention, you know, and that's the same with your love life. It's the same with if you start something new, you know, then it needs your input, it needs your love, it needs attention. So what is your uncomfortability? So patience is something that is blocking you, because you have that feeling like, okay, now I'm on top of it and now I need to keep going. While the power is in rest and rejuvenate in between and be patient. Give it nurturing, give it care, and it will grow. But what is the uncomfortability? Let's see in that. Divine Masculine, what is your uncomfortability? The heart chakra. The heart chakra is your uncomfortability. Maybe you're a little bit give a hesitation to give your heart away, or to express what the feelings are in your heart. Same here. Give it attention. Give your heart attention. Give your heart the attention what it needs. Because only you can nurture that heart. And you can talk to your heart space, you know, and say, okay, maybe you have to get something off your chest, you know. That's what the heart is saying. You know, that's the uncomfortability that is in your system at the moment. So, and what if that's the uncomfortability of you know, speaking out from your heart? Because what I see, Divine Masculine has a lot of knowledge and has no trouble, you know, to speak his mind and what's going on and his experiences. But as soon when it goes to the heart, it's almost like it's not really a block, but it's more not able to express what is going on in that heart space. Maybe, you have love for someone, and you don't dare to speak it out, or you don't dare to speak those words because maybe you have another intention behind it, then it will be received. You're thinking too much about everything. Because if we step in that world of spirituality, and you connect with that heart, everything is love. Only the things that we are afraid of is creating fear, is creating the blocks. So, it could be that here this union that is going on, maybe the divine feminine already knows. Maybe she already knows. Okay, let's go on. What needs to be healed? That's probably the heart that needs to be healed. Oh my gosh. I am kidding you. The heart needs to be healed from an emotional loss. So it could be that you didn't do the healing at all. You didn't know how you had to heal your heart. And that loss, what you had, and that feeling in your heart, that has that patience, the time, and the rejuvenation, needs that rejuvenation in your life. So that heart needs healing, and that's, I can totally understand when that heart is broken, and there is a union in your life or somebody else in your life, that you can't say that easy, I'm in love with you, or I have these feelings for you. But I know for sure that there is something, and something needs to be healed, but you're not able to express it. That is totally understandable when still you have that emotional loss, So don't go that much to that mind that says, yeah, but I can lose this all, again. Don't push, don't pressure, don't control it. Let it happen with everything you do. If you yeah, 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 yeah. I almost wanted to say something, but then I'm going out of my book because that's too much connected with the ego. So they say, no, don't tell, don't go there. Keep on speaking from the heart. That emotional loss is something, that you already moved on. There was no other way. There was no other way for you. What I hear, oh my gosh, what I hear is that you never explained and never showed that you were able to turn it around to give your beloved the trust back. Wow. Wow. You didn't do any effort so the divine feminine could trust you again. And that is the emotional, wow, that's the emotional block on your heart space. You just let it happen. Well, there was so much love, still so much love, you know, was there. There was so much love there in that union. Wow, 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 wow. It's an eye opener for someone out there. So you never did any effort towards the divine feminine for her to be able to trust you. You didn't give her the confirmation that she could trust you. If you I hear, if you ever did the effort to do that, things would be totally different. Things would be totally different. You didn't trust the divine feminine because you didn't trust yourself. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because you treat people how you treat yourself. And if you weren't able to trust yourself, you're not able to trust somebody else. So, ding dong, waking up. What's the creative action, what you can take on all of this? What is the creative action, what you can take on that emotional loss? I don't think you can take any action on it because there is a huge disruption. And if you go back, you will feel yourself disrupted again. You know, you will feel that you're binded again, that you will be trapped again. Doesn't mean that you're free now. Why is this coming up? Doesn't mean that you're free now. What does that mean, guys? Because you didn't liberate yourself yet from the loss. You stepped from the shadow in the sunlight. You're doing your things, but there is still that nagging feeling in the back. Wow. So if you want the total freedom, you know, work with this emotional loss. So yeah, that's really really happening for the divine masculine. So what is the creative action we had? That's the creative action you're going to take, and that you're if you go back and you do this, you know, you will get trapped again. So don't go there. What is the higher self saying to the divine masculine? Get balance first. Get back in balance first. Yeah. So that's really interesting. So get back in balance. ask, you know, it's, I also see this as the magician. That means you need all elements within your system to be to let it go and to be in balance. So if there is anything missing, you know, in the elements in your life, like for instance, you miss the element of water, you know, you miss the element of going, the ability to go deep, to dive deep, and to open up your emotions. Then because you have the others that are really very powerful in action, but you're burning up yourself because you're having not enough water within yourself to be able to dive deep. So get yourself back in balance, rest and rejuvenate. You know this in your mind because you know that you want to get rid of people, that you know, you want your time, your space, and where you want to go into nature and take all what nature has to give to you. You know, if it's raining, let it rain, you know, walk in the rain, you know, and make sure you get your balance back, because I have a feeling that there is too much, not enough water in your system to be able to um, get over this emotional loss, to open up that heart space, and that the love can begin. So that's really interesting. Yeah, and it takes patience. Indeed, it takes patience to let it all go. But what is the action you need to take? Is opening new doors, because there are so many projects for you. There are so many things that are coming in your environment, divine masculine, after the balance, that you get yourself into a new movement. So you move, you make new choices, and you make new decisions. And out of these decisions, new things are coming towards you. Love is coming towards you. You know, abundance is coming towards you. Growth is coming towards you. You know, visions and spirituality is getting enhanced. So that is that's needed. That's needed. And I know that a lot of masculine wants to keep the peace, wants to keep, like the Libra, everything in balance, you know. But if you miss, for instance, an element in your system that you didn't activate, then you're still not in a total balance. So work with that. That's what they say, work with that. But there is so much beautiful things going on in your life because you're opened that portal. You went through that portal. You take that steep, you took that leap of faith, and you did that shall I go? Shall I? No, can I go? Yeah. And you took the dive. And look where you are now. Look what's happening in your life. Look back on everything, what you created, what you did, what is successful. So, and go back to that. You had, I think it was last week when I said, you know, you need to go back to that 0 point, you know. And when you go back to that 0 point in your life, and you get out the things that is no longer needed in your life, and that doesn't serve you, that is not working with you, you know, let it all go. When it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And it's no, you only hurt yourself if you're keeping on a path that leading you to into the swamp. I hear you don't need the swamp, you know, because a swamp you never get out of, you know. So take that leap of faith and go through that portal and see how everything will work for you. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. I love you. Sometimes you have to leave the scarecrows out in the field, you know, to let your crops grow, and leave that scarecrow alone. That's the, my God, I don't know what I'm saying now. Leave that scarecrow alone and let the crops, you know, grow for yourself. Oh my gosh, you're funny. Last card. Possible future. Yeah. Don't suffer in silence. If you miss someone, reach out. Don't suffer in don't suffer in silence, you know. Reach out to someone who can help you back on track. And here you climb that mountain. You're already on top of that mountain and you see that golden light, you see that golden energy. And I know a lot of masculines are suffering in silence because of that heart space, not able to talk about what they're feeling here. But there is this union coming into your life that is pulling you through everything, you know. Don't make the mistake to be the father in your union. Wow. Don't make the mistake for the masculine to be the father in your union. So don't treat your divine feminine as your child. Wow. Wow. See it as someone that can handle everything. And if you think that you can handle everything, your divine feminine will get through it and will handle everything. So you keep both. You keep it into balance. Wow. But patience is needed. So let me see what kind of titan or god you need in your life to pull through. You know, I see here you need to let go of that dead weight, you know, that's holding you on your back or on your shoulders. Surrender it. Surrender to the universe. Ask the universe to take it away for you. Vulcan. Vulcan is inventiveness. So because you are around a lot of feminine energy. I feel a lot of feminine energy around you, divine masculine. And that gives you new ideas, new inventions. You are very inventive with and creative with fixing things, how you do the things, because those radars in your mind never stops. You have a kind of technology with you that is ancient, I hear, that comes from Atlantean timelines, that there is always something you can fix. There's always something you can fix. But when it comes to the heart, it's difficult. It's not an easy task for the divine masculine when it comes to the heart. You know, they're very good in the logic, in creating things, being creative, working with the other energies. And sometimes you have to get that sledgehammer, and you know, if it doesn't work, get that sledgehammer and start anew. Start anew. Because you can't always glue a broken vase. You know, you can't always just smash it and make something new out of it. So you can better start all again, over and new again, than you start to mend something from the past. If there is already a separation in that union, and you are on the verge of mending, therapy or counseling is always an option for both of you, because everything starts with the communication. And when the divine masculine stops communicating, there's shit around. Then there's shit around. You know it. You feel it. You know it. When he shuts off for you, then it's time to say, okay, is this still be able to mend? Is there still feelings for each other? Can we still, you know, go to that 0 point and start anew? Or do I get the sledgehammer in and say, it's done? And then you have to go to that 0 point. But that's for the divine masculine to decide which direction he wants to go. You know, we're never, you know, the universe. I always say the universe, what needs to be with you will be with you, no matter what. But, and sometimes it takes time, it takes patience. Sometimes divine masculine needs to grow, divine feminine needs to grow, and then be able to come together again. But there will always be that trust issue, you know? And does the masculine show up to repair that trust? And if he's not able to do that, then divine masculine pick up that sledgehammer and say, I destroy it all. You know, I'm done with, I throw the hammer in and I destroy it, and I go back to that 0 point and I start a new life, start all over. And sometimes things had its time, you know? Sometimes things had its time. And then you need to also accept the guilt that comes with it, but also accept that you are the villain. you know, in somebody's story. And that's the same for the divine feminine. It's not gender related. Even if the divine feminine gets out, you know, and guilt is coming up, you know, and be aware that you are the villain in somebody else's story. So what? That's life, right? Toughen up and go with it. You know, it's a lesson or it's a blessing. And you only find out if it's a blessing if you push through with what you need, where you need to go. Now you created divine masculine, created enormous success for himself, went through that portal and said, yes, you know, I leave it behind, I give it up to the universe, and whatever comes my way, that is my birthright. And if you believe that, then everything will start to roll for you. So I'm very glad, Divine Masculine, that this reading is coming out for you, because it's an amazing reading. You are going to even sparkle more, you know, drink more water, I hear. Uh, Create out of that side of that other portal, you know, where you can go through and you don't see yet what's on the other side, you know. And that's that excitement, that when you're in front of that portal and you can make a choice and you say, oh, you know, what's behind that door, I don't know. Go through it, don't hesitate, go through it, because behind it, it's a totally different dimension, and you will thrive with that flow. You will thrive in that flow, because you will take into a wormhole that isn't to be stopped. And when that wormhole stops and it releases you into that infinity field of source, everything is possible for you. Okay? All the love, all the blessings. If you need a private reading, or you need support or guidance, you know, go to the description box below, and you find my email address and you can contact me. All the love, all the blessings, and I wish you a lot of luck. Bye bye.